The next stop on my elite girls basketball camp tour is Duke University, who many say is the Ivy League school of the South. Taking these trips is really a twofold process. Sure, I want to increase my basketball skill level and have an opportunity to meet and interact with the coaching staff and players, but it's also about finding the right fit. First and foremost, is Duke University a place I can attend college, strive, and feel comfortable? And that has nothing to do with basketball. And what about on the court? Am I even good enough to play on this level? Hopefully over the next 2 days of camp, some of these questions will be answered. After working on skill development and scrimmaging in the morning, our first of 4 games took place at Wilson Recreation Center. Our team was kind of young, and so I took it upon myself to take a leadership role from the beginning. Here, I battled for a loose ball rebound and connected on a mid-range jumper. Early on, I found myself grabbing a lot of offensive rebounds and getting to the foul line. Believe it or not, after several free throw attempts this summer at various camps, this will be my first miss in-game competition. At least I closed the game out with a make to get right back on track. Our next game would commence a few buildings over at the K Center, affectionately named for men's basketball coach Mike Krzyzewski. As part of the K Center sits inside the Duke Basketball Museum. A spectacular assemblage of trophies, artifacts, and exhibits are displayed, which details Coach K and Duke University's basketball dominance, including 5 national championships, 16 Final Fours, 19 ACC championships, 20 ACC tournament wins, 41 NCAA tournament, and 11 championship game appearances. Individually, the program has been decorated with several National Player of the Year recipients. On the women's side, Duke has a rich tradition of basketball excellence as well. Alana Beard, who played in the early to mid-2000s, along with Lindsey Harding, and 2015 National Defensive Player of the Year Elizabeth Williams, all had their jerseys retired. One of my favorite exhibits at the Duke Basketball Museum was the Duke Athletics Academic Hall of Fame, which lists its academic All-Americans, including Lexi Brown, who played AAU basketball in Atlanta. I met her a few months back after her game while taking an unofficial visit. Former players Jasmine Thomas and Elizabeth Williams were also on the list. Overall, I was very impressed at how Duke pays homage to its former players after all these years. Wouldn't it be incredible to somehow meet some of these Duke greats? Alright, back to the court for our Game 2 matchup. I was fortunate to hit a trio of 3-point baskets during the game. And when not scoring, I was able to find my teammates for open looks. And speaking of teammates, one of my AAU teammates, Jasmine Jacob, came out to the camp. A very talented student athlete who is always a multiple threat on the floor. She can take you off the dribble, hit you in traffic with the pinpoint pass, run the floor, finish at the basket, and shoot the three-pointer. A few times during the game, we were in one-on-one situations. Again, thankfully, I had the 3-ball flowing. The camp schedule had many activities and events. Next up was the one-on-one competition, where fortunately, I was able to put together 5 straight positive outcomes. Finally, it was break time, where campers all went to go get a bite to eat. And if you ever get a chance to visit Duke's campus, Broad Hat Center is a must-stop. Duke's Dining Hall is a top-ranked, nationally recognized program. Once inside, you'll see exactly what I mean. From breakfast food items to a late study snack and everything in between, it's all here. Our third game of camp was held at Card Gym, where you were definitely challenged physically and mentally. Strangely enough, I found myself in Eurostep mode for most of the game. Sometimes the move worked, sometimes it didn't. Although 3 games on the day was beginning to take its toll, at least the 3-point ball didn't desert me. As night fell and the morning came, we were back at it early for another eventful day. Approaching Cameron Indoor Stadium for roll call, I was hoping to generate some energy building towards my last game at 9:40. It was game time, and I'm proud to say I was able to muster up some intensity on both sides of the floor to make an impact. We closed out our final game of camp with a victory. And for me, I was fortunate enough to reach the finals of the 3-point skills competition. Although I got hot towards the end, I came up a little short as the winner drained an impressive 10 3-point baskets. The final event of camp was the All-Star Game, which was a fine collection of talent, mostly upperclassmen. As I sat and watched, I thought about all the positives I'm taking away from the past 48 hours. I received high marks in all of my evaluation categories and will take the constructive criticisms from the camp coaching staff, analyze them, correct them, apply the corrections, and ultimately implement them into my game to make me a better ball player. And who knows, if I keep working and stay positive, maybe I can play at this level one day.